So good evening everyone. Today I am going to take up a very easy topic from your 12th NCERT only. So basically what I mean by when I say 12th NCERT, that it's a part of your 12th curriculum according to the CBSE, and I am going to particularly stick to NCERT only. It is not going to help you in your 12th board exams but also in your NEET exams, which is the entrance exam for medical examinations. So now we are going to study about double circulation, which is a part of the human physiology section of your biology book, and particularly it is a topic which is included in the blood and its circulation chapter. So moving on to double circulation. This is seen in humans. Why? Because the heart is the four-chambered heart, and as we have come to this point by the evolution. Now, if you go and see the animals who are lower to us in the evolutionary hierarchy, the fishes, amphibians, they all do not have four-chambered heart, and there is certain mixing of the oxygenated and the deoxygenated blood. What happened because of that mixing of the oxygenated and the deoxygenated blood is that the oxygen that is supplied to the organs, it was decreased, and because of that the capacity to take on the other work, the essential works of the organs also decreased because of the lower supply of oxygen. To overcome that, we have come up with the intervention of double circulation by evolution. So now you have to understand that there are two components to the double circulation. There is a pulmonary circulation and there is systemic circulation. Now pulmonary is the word which is used for lungs. So anything and everything which is in correspondence with lungs is denoted by the word pulmonary. So pulmonary circulation essentially denotes the circulation with related to the lungs, whereas systemic circulation is circulation which essentially involves all the organ systems inside the body except that of your respiratory system, because for that we have pulmonary circulation. Now as you know, this is all this I have denoted blue for deoxygenated blood, whereas red for oxygenated blood. Now this all is basically by the gaseous exchange, and when it comes to gaseous exchange, the lungs are the main vital organ where all the gaseous exchange takes place, apart from the body parts for which the tissue, all the organs which are different part of different organ systems. So they are also at the tissue level, exchange takes place by diffusion, and blood is the connective tissue which is responsible for circulating this oxygen through its flow along with it. Hemoglobin is an essential component of the blood itself, and it is, as we all know, a part of RBC. It is constituted in RBCs, and hemoglobin is the substance inside the RBCs which is responsible for the circulation of these gases, mainly oxygen and carbon dioxide only. So of these gases with itself, by the combination, a covalent bond hemoglobin makes with these gases, and furthermore goes ahead and circulates the gases inside the body. So coming back to double circulation, we have components lungs, which constitute the pulmonary circulation, the body parts, which body parts are basically of the all other organ systems which require oxygen from the body, and then there is the heart, which is always the four-chambered heart of a human. So apart from that, there are vessels. The four great vessels which you need to know are mentioned here: pulmonary artery, pulmonary vein, dorsal aorta, and vena cava. Now dorsal aorta is nothing but the aorta as well. It is the extension of the aorta only. So if I would have mentioned it here, it would have been the ascending aorta. Here it would run the arc of aorta, and now it's descending. Now it's descending with the dorsal aorta. So now what is happening here is that first you need to know that all a vessel is denoted as a vein or an artery according to the direction of the flow inside that vessel. So if a vessel is taking the blood towards heart, it is known as as a vein, and if it is taking the blood away from the heart, it is known as an artery. So here pulmonary artery, as you can see, is taking deoxygenated blood. Irrespective of the fact that whether it's taking deoxygenated blood or oxygenated blood, pulmonary artery is the artery which is taking is a vessel which is taking the blood away from the heart. Therefore, it's an artery. Pulmonary vein is a vessel which is taking the blood towards the heart. Therefore, it's a vein. Okay. Irrespective of the fact that both of them are not actually taking the stereotypical blood which they are supposed to. Artery is actually for the flow of deoxygenated blood, and the vein is actually for the flow of oxygenated blood. So this is an ambiguity. You have to remember that. Apart from that, there is vena cava, which is taking deoxygenated blood from all the other body parts, and there is aorta, which is taking blood, oxygenated blood to all the body parts from your heart. So now coming on to what is actually happening in the circulation. So it is a loop, you have to understand. So whenever you're writing answers, or whenever there is, even if you are going for the answers in the MCQ, the loop is going in your head. So it does not matter where you start from, because eventually it is a loop, it is a circle, and you will come back to where you start from. Okay, so even if where you have somebody else has written in another way, somebody else has started from other point, somebody else explained starting from the other point, it doesn't really matter, since it's a whole loop of circulation. So I am going to start from the body parts. Okay, so here what is happening, there is no intermingling of blood except here the capillary level, where basically what is happening is there is this one artery and one vein which is bifurcating when it's coming inside the organ, and it is basically going to every corner of the tissue, and these capillaries are making a network inside the tissue. So what this capillary tissue network is doing is that it is increasing the surface area of exchange of inside this tissue, because the cells are basically surrounding this capillary network. If this is the capillary network, then the cells are all here. Okay, this is the capillary, and the cells are all around it, and the capillary is taking the blood from here, this side, to the organ, and the gaseous exchange is taking place, while these cells, they are taking in oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide, and here as it moves, so the concentration of oxygen naturally goes down and the concentration of carbon dioxide naturally goes up, and though it is coming as an oxygenated blood, it leaves as deoxygenated blood. So basically this is what the capillary network is signifying here. So if I start from body parts, okay, so now the exchange has taken place, okay. So the vein part of the capillary, all the capillaries with the deoxygenated blood are coming here, joining together to form veins. All the veins from the body join together to form a great vein, which is called the vena cava. So this is the great vein which is taking the deoxygenated blood from all throughout the body to the right atrium. So vena cava goes ahead and pours all the deoxygenated blood it has carried from the whole of the body to the right atrium. From right atrium, what happens is that it goes to the right ventricle. So when it goes to the right ventricle, when there is a ventricle systole, the ventricles contract, and because of that pressure from the right ventricle, the deoxygenated blood is flown into the pulmonary artery. So as we know, the pulmonary artery is taking this blood, deoxygenated blood, to the lungs. So again at the lung level, what is happening that since this is an alveoli, suppose, so what is happening is there is a very vast network in the lungs. Why? Because again the surface area has to be increased. So every alveoli is now full of arteries, and essentially here the vein. So here the vein comes and it forms a network all around the alveoli again, which again goes around to form the artery. So this is the alveoli. Here deoxygenated blood comes, and there is an exchange of gases taking place in the alveoli. There is higher concentration, higher partial pressure of oxygen and lower partial pressure of carbon dioxide. So in comparison to the blood which is coming, not numerically, but in comparison to the blood which is coming from the deoxygenated, here the deoxygenated which is coming from the heart. So the exchange of gases takes place, and as a result the oxygenated blood leaves the lungs. So when I say oxygenated blood, I mean that the partial pressure of oxygen compared to the original blood which was supplied to the lungs, partial pressure of the oxygen here is higher. There is more oxygen which is bound tight together with the hemoglobin. So now, according with the pulmonary veins, that this oxygenated blood, it goes and pours into the left atrium. Left atrium is the receptive chamber for the oxygenated blood through the lungs. Here from the left atrium, what happens is that this blood goes to the left ventricle. Again, as we have also I have told before as well, there is a ventricular systole, the ventricles contract, and because of that contraction, what happens is that due to the pressure, this blood goes into the aorta. So now you have to remember that this blood is basically oxygenated blood because it has already come through the lungs after the exchange of gases. So it is rich in oxygen. Again, this goes to the other parts of the body through other arteries. So basically all the other arteries are coming from aorta only. So all the other arteries take the particular arteries, like for example, there are gastric arteries for your stomach, hepatic artery for your liver. So that is what I meant when I said particular organ system. So these arteries take part in the formation of this arterial capillary network again, which basically continues ahead to become the capillary network, which again joins together to form the veins. So basically what is happening is this branching again is happening by the arteries, which are rich in oxygen and goes ahead to form a network inside the organ with a very close collaboration with the tissue or the cells. So again, like I said, this is a loop, and we will eventually come back to where we started from. So again, we have come back to where we started from. Again, the exchange takes place, and again this all goes back, and this whole thing continues. So this is how there is no mixing of the oxygenated and the deoxygenated blood. Whatever the lung can possibly supply to the blood, it does, and that oxygen only goes to the organs, and there is no intermixing of the blood whatsoever. So apart from some places which are known as portal circulations. So what are these portal circulations? Portal circulations are the places where the pulmonary circulation is coming in contact with the systemic circulation. So now in your books, portal circulation is given only, basically it happens in 5 places in our body, but in our book or NCERT book, they have mentioned only the hepatic portal circulation. So what is happening in the hepatic portal circulation is that all the arteries all the veins, which are taking, as you all know, if you have studied the digestive part, there are veins which take in the stomach, in the intestine part, there are veins which are responsible for the absorption. So after absorption of the nutrients from the stomach and the intestine, it enters that vein, and that vein directly goes from one organ to the other organ, bypassing the heart. So as you can see here, what is happening is that first the organ part, the blood from the body parts is going to the heart, and then it is going to the lungs and to the other body. So it bypasses the heart altogether for the storage of those nutrients from the stomach and the intestine. The blood directly goes from there to the liver. So that is known as the hepatic portal circulation. Hepatic portal circulation. Similarly, there is a portal circulation. This is for extra knowledge. This is not there exactly. There is also some collaboration between these. This also near your rectum. There is also a mixing of the blood there. There is also a rectal portal circulation, and apart from that, there is just an esophageal for portal circulation, which is when the esophagus comes and it is just there going to pour into the heart. So just here there is a mixing of the systemic and the pulmonary circulation as well here also. So here also we have a portal system, but this is all not included in the book. Here only hepatic portal circulation is important, and I have told you what hepatic portal circulation is, what is its significance. So that is the hepatic portal circulation. Apart from that, they have also mentioned that in the fishes, you can also see, in the amphibians, you can also see the renal portal circulation. So in us, the renal portal circulation does not have that significance, it is not even there. So what we have to focus on is basically only the hepatic portal circulation. So that is it for the double circulation, a very short topic, and all you have to do is go through this video and your topic will be done. Thank you guys. If you like the video, then drop a like down and share it with your friends, and do subscribe our channel. Thank you.